Hola, Tao Tao. Un gusto.
Good to see you, Fernando.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Always good to see you.
We are online. Professor Martinez, the floor is yours.
Welcome everybody from both sides of the world, China and Chile, on this web seminar on science and technology that we are beginning to start right now with the presentation of several topics that are of mutual interest. And we are happy to have today Professor Tao Chen from Tsinghua, who will co-share this webinar. And because we have a very tight schedule, I will not take much time except from saying that we are very, very happy to hold this seminar and have all the people that is participating in this seminar and sharing their view, and also listening via YouTube channels and other communication ways, because we are trying to enlarge our relationship with China on science and technology. And we are happy to say that this has been growing in the last couple of years with several interactions and, well, in the old days, traveling, not this time. But we are very keen on continuing this very interesting and good relation with our colleagues in China. So thank you everyone for organizing this great seminar, and I give the floor to Professor Tao, which is most welcome.
Oh, thank you very much for your words. I thought it is because the time limit, so I would like to turn all the the control power to your hand. Okay, I just say hello everyone. It's so wonderful to get together under such kind of situation, even though the pandemic is hard, but it won't stop us getting together to move forward, to do something, to collaborate something that we really want to do. Thank you very much.
Great, yes, that's the idea. We have to keep going, and here we go. Our first speaker is Marcia Varela, Deputy Director of Technology and Transfer Division from Corfo. Marcia, the floor is yours. Turn on the microphone, Marcia, please.
Yeah, now it's fine. Thanks to the organization for inviting me to this event. I would like to talk in brief about the program Engineering 2030 and its relationship with the internationalization side. Engineering 2030 aims to transform engineering faculties in a school into engines of innovation and high-impact entrepreneurship for Chile by incorporating world-class standards. The program is formed by 17 engineering faculties placed in 8 regions of Chile. They are implementing their strategic plans, which lead them to be close to world-class. This involves to change the way that they were working in academic, knowledge and technological production and relationship with the external environment. Our diagnostic in 2014 was a lack of internationalization in the academia, commercialization, and technologies from universities and student mobility. For that reason, one of the axes of the program is the internationalization across these 3 missions: New ideas to know practices and results from other engineering faculties around the world is basic to do catching up in the world of technology. Well, some results and impact to highlight in these 6 years. We work almost 800 contract research with enterprise, 460 new technological entrepreneurship, creating 1,000 employment, 16,000 investment attracted to this technological entrepreneurship, and more than 4,000 students participating in entrepreneurship and innovation projects. Tsinghua University from China has been a very good partner with us in terms of to share academic programs with faculties belong to the program Engineering 2030. And we are looking forward to see that this seminar delivers a good result and reinforce the connections among these universities. I wish you have a great seminar today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Marcia, for your presentation and keeping on time very well. Our next speaker is Professor James Mcphee. He is a Deputy Dean. He's in our team at the School of Engineering. Please go ahead, James.
Thank you, Francisco. I will share screen. And I wish to share with you our experiences in the Engineering 2030 project that we led at our Faculty of Physical and Mathematical Sciences at Universidad de Chile. The first thing I think it's important to mention is that the push from Corfo and the challenge that Corfo posed to engineering universities or faculties came at a time when our school had been going through a historical institutional development course that started roughly in 1997 with a very strong shift in the academic work towards world-class research and a very decisive policy in renewing our faculty staff and hiring younger professors with PhDs from world-class universities. In 2007, we made changes to our curriculum based on the CDIO concept, and by the 2013, we were already engaged in discussions in terms of how to project our school into the future. And then the 2030 project from Corfo came in, and we were fortunate to get a grant from Corfo to keep going with this, and our interests and our strategic views matched very well. The strategic objective that was posed in 2014 when we started the project was to actually generate institutional change, along with a policy of alliances with partners at the national and international level that we had in mind to improve our research, both in quantity and in quality, and to put up to date the training of our students, and to achieve a much larger impact in terms of technology transfer and engagement of our school and the university with industry and the public sector to achieve real transformations in these sectors towards the development of the country. The specific objectives in 2014 when we started the project included a strong push towards multidisciplinary research, a renewal of the teaching both at the curriculum level and in terms of the methodologies and techniques that we wanted to apply in our courses, with a strong emphasis in project-based learning, challenge-based learning, and hopefully with a very strong participation of the industry and the public sector imposing those challenges for our students. we have been conducting a strengthening of our graduate level offer, both in terms of programs and in terms of the administration of the graduate school, in order to provide a better experience for our graduate students and to achieve, I would say, a more intense international scope of our graduate school. Technology transfer has always been a focus, and this included facilitating a institutional change in order to provide support to our faculty and research staff in their relationships with the industry and with the public sector, so that the research, the applied research developed in our school would have a better and more intense impact. And finally, society engagement overall, both at the national and the international level, and this was very strongly marked by the creation of the Directorate of External Affairs, which is led by Luis Vargas, who is in this meeting. The Core4 project provided key elements in order to achieve this transformation. The blue parts of this pyramid represent some of the aspects that were available but not fully developed at the time. The base of the pyramid what represents the resources that as an institution we think we have, which include our human capital in terms of students, teachers, researchers, and our infrastructure, which is characterized by many state-of-the-art laboratories and very many research centers that count among the best in the country. The Core4 grant was enabled us to develop a concept for engineering schools, and it enabled us to include or incorporate human resources to our staff, with very specific missions of support and of the deployment of programs in the areas that I mentioned before. So with those elements, we were able to greatly increase our society engagement, both at the sort of like across the board relationships and with a focus on learning and with a focus on providing our students with different experiences, and always with the focus of increased impact of our work. The transformations, as I mentioned before, some of the examples of transformations that we've seen and we have accomplished, in my opinion, include a transformation in culture, in the sense that together now with excellence in teaching and research, we have added innovation and entrepreneurship to the main focus and emphasis of our work in the school. We have expanded our capacities in terms of teaching, in the sense of providing students with different opportunities, tools, and experiences. And in my opinion, we have a stronger position in terms of industry engagement, in terms of formalizing the process of industry engagement. One example of this is a recently finished week of innovation that we hosted at our school, which was the first of its kind in our faculty, and which was very diverse and very rich week of meetings and encounters and talks and examples of ways in which academia can provide or work with industry towards solutions for the problems that our society faces currently. In terms of multidisciplinary efforts, we can count some examples that were started within the 2030 project, but also reach beyond the project itself and involve the entire school, both in terms of student work, curriculum design, activities involving entrepreneurship and innovation, new graduate programs with a strong focus on multidiscipline, and a newly proposed Institute for Data and Artificial Intelligence that is under design in our school currently. In terms of student experiences and new teaching experiences, I would say that the combination of management, specialized staff, infrastructure, financial resources for student support, and newly developed methods have configured a very different panorama in terms of student experiences as the one that was available probably 10 years ago. This year, of course, has seen a very strong shift and a radical change in the way we deliver teaching. We were in a very good position to face this challenge thanks to the 2030 project, because the 2030 project was part of the push that created specialized offices within our school in order to, with the mission of renewing teaching methods and including technology in the delivering of teaching. In terms of society engagement, we of course we look to the country with a stronger national network of associates, alumni, mentors, and so on, which have a very strong focus on student support and on innovation, and of course a global network of associates that allow us to provide mobility experiences and opportunities for our students in order to foster a more global student body and a global professionals after graduation. And finally, we created with the 2030 project, we created a new center for innovation and entrepreneurship. We call this Open Mcphee because it's in Mcphee where our campus is located, and we want it to be open to new ideas, open to people from different places, from the school, from other schools in the university, from other universities, and so on. And the objective of Open Mcphee is to create or to promote a cultural change and to create opportunities and support for innovation, entrepreneurship at the student, researcher, and faculty level. Some examples of knowledge assets that have been put into value with the help of the 2030 project involve the manufacturing sector and the health sector. Also entrepreneurship from our students and from people, from friends of the university that have been supported and supported in their scaling up processes, and that have been very successful in the last couple of years. And with this, I finished my presentation. I think the 2030 project has been a key component of the work that our school has developed in the last 6 years, and it's come to near completion, I would say, because this is ongoing work. That we believe that we have a lot more to do. The transformation has started, and I think it's irreversible. But of course, in order to reach all the spaces in our faculty, and also to be able to partner and reach other spaces of the university, of course, that are different from engineering, particularly in the health sciences and in other sciences and social sciences, we need continuing resources and continuing support in order to achieve this goal, which is ultimately what we want to achieve for the university and for the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much for keeping on time as well. And we now continue with the presentation of the Catholic University. Maria Molinos, please, Deputy Dean of the School of Engineering. Please, Maria, take the floor.
Thank you very much. I'm going also to share screen. Okay, thank you for the opportunity to present some of key components of key courses developed in the engineering school at the Catholic University. This is more or less the agenda of the presentation. Firstly, a general overview of the Catholic University. It has around 1,800 faculty, and we have more or less 28,000 undergraduate students and 4,500 graduate students. We have 4 different campuses in Santiago and 1 campus in Villarrica in Araucanía region. And the university embraces 18 faculties, and we are one of them, the engineering school. And just some numbers about our position in the QS ranking. We are very proud to be the first in Chile in several engineering issues, and especially in the civil and structural area, in which we are within the 50 best in the world. And also, this is very important for us because this is a study that it was done by Ruth Graham in collaboration with the MIT, in which the engineering school of the Catholic University has been identified as one of the emergent leader in engineering education. That's important because the focus is in the education, which for us is also very important, not just research and other topics that usually are included in the QS ranking. Here, more or less, some of more data about the size of our engineering school. So we are a medium engineering in the school in comparison with others schools around the world. That's important for us because thanks to Corfo project, we have split our education cycle into phases. The first one, as you can see in the slide, is 4 years. And with these 4 years, our students get the bachelor in engineering science. So this is as usually in other countries in United States or in Europe. So we have the bachelor, which is 4 years, and then we have a second education cycle, which is 1.5 years. And as you can see in the slide, more of our students try to get the professional title of engineering, but we have also another alternative as going directly to the market or doing graduate students master of PhD studies. So in these 2 phases or 2 cycles, we are exactly as in other countries, which can also promote the mobility, international mobility of our students around the world. This is basically the structure of the Clover, which is the name of our Corfo project. And something that is really important for us is that the Clover project or the Corfo project is integrated in our strategic development plan. So all of the activities that the engineering school are developing are in collaboration or are mixed with the Corfo project. For us, it's very important the science and technology innovation for the students, and thanks to Corfo project, we have an improvement of the student experience, and for that we have integrate the visible and invisible curricula. For research, we have different programs that I will explain briefly. And we have also some specific program for promotion, the innovation and entrepreneurship in our students. Within the research, but one of the most successful programs or projects has been the IPRE in Spanish, that is research in undergraduate students, in which is like a match system in which the students collaborate with a professor in different topics, but when they are undergraduate. So you can see that from 2011, we have more than 2,000 students that have been collaborating some of projects. And here you can see more or less the number of students that are involved in this type of research. The most important thing here is that it's like an experiment, or the student can check if they like research. So most of these students now later can apply for master or even PhD programs. We have also in research an important program that is called the Bridge Research, in which our students go to international campuses. You can see here our main destinations to conduct research in different areas, in different topics. And also it is important for collaboration among professors from different countries. In the context of entrepreneurship, we have a formal curricula in which is involved with 3 courses. The first one is Engineering Challenges, which is a course that is in the first year. So each year around 800 students has to develop an innovation for a problem. And these students are in the beginning of the career. So you can see that some of the solutions are basic, but is the first contact with the engineering. Then we have the Research, Innovation, Entrepreneurship course, which is in the 3rd or 4th course, in which the students have to develop a solution, but based on scientific and technological inspiration or base. And finally, we have the Capstone, which is a course that all students have to take, and is around to a professional multidisciplinary objective. Here in this slide, you can see more or less all the options that our students have. We have science and technology startup, information and technology startup, and also social entrepreneurship, which is very important for us. And here I'm not going to explain, of course, all the initiatives, but they are split into early stage, intermediate stage, and advanced stage. For example, here are some of the numbers of the ENG 2030 Research, Innovation, Entrepreneurship course. And the most important thing here is, for example, our students are getting funds to continue with the projects that have started in the course. And as the same, we have the Bridge research. We have the Bridge for innovation, where the students go to other countries to develop their entrepreneurship ideas. Here are some of students or initiatives, such as a prototyping fund, the Brain Chile, which is a specific program that started here in Chile and now is extended to different countries in Latin America, and also the Demo Day. We have different opportunities and projects for our students. Now moving to the academia, science and technology innovation. This is our basic scheme of the innovation. When we have the extension office and the TUC. The TUC is like it's an affiliated unit of the engineering school, which has more than 80 years, and is where typically the professors transfer innovation and knowledge to the society. Then we have the industrialization office, which also tries to connect some problems, specific problems of the companies and also for the public sector to our ecosystem. And we have also the professional education, which also provides education for graduate people. Here, some of figures of the activity carried out in DICTUC, and also some of the current spin-off that have been developed in the engineering school. Typically, these spin-offs and this project were focused on the private companies or in the industry, but also for the engineering for the engineering school is very important the collaboration with the public sector. This is just an example in which several faculties of the engineering school are involved, which is related with access to drinking water and sanitation in our country, where we have a lack of this of access to water. And for example, for this specific project, more than 10, 20 professors were involved in trying to or look for a solution for these people that have no access to water. And also here, also some example of our spin-off or our entrepreneurships in the engineering school. I think that's all. I know that is too much information, but we have time for specific questions. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Maria. It was a very comprehensive explanation of your program at the Catholic University. And now we move forward to the next speaker, Claudio Serra from the Universidad de Concepción, the south of Chile. He is a professor at the Department of Chemical Engineering. Please, Claudio, take the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your invitation to share our experience in Engineering 2030 program. I am CEO of the consortium formed by the University of Santiago, Catholic University of Valparaiso, and University of Concepción. We are three universities with very different institutional cultures located in different regions in Chile, but we share a common mission that is to contribute to sustainable development. For that purpose, we've established a strategic alliance to achieve international standards of academic excellence in engineering education, creation of new knowledge, and transfer of value to society. As a consortium, we account for nearly a third of practicing engineers. Also, we feature a long tradition of sound research and development, and in general, we are quite well positioned at national level. However, there were big gaps when looking at 21st century academic standards. Our engineering education was deeply rooted in the 1980s paradigms, whereas our research and development was highly dispersed, monodisciplinary, and weakly linked with industrial needs, leading to poor technology transfer, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The Engineering 2030 program, supported by Corfo, enable us to elaborate strategic programs to foster the necessary cultural and institutional changes to modernize engineering education and increase the transfer of value to society in the context of the stated mission, putting special emphasis on strengthening capabilities associated to technological innovation, entrepreneurship, and social collaboration. The Engineering 2030 program enable us to deal, first of all, with engineering education, our first mission. Currently, the consortium features more than 15,000 undergraduate students and over 2,000 postgraduate students, including 20 different specialties of engineering, from classical, mechanical, chemical, electrical, civil, industrial, mining, and electronic engineering, to aerospatial, biomedical, biochemical, mechatronics, telecommunication, and so on. We have now managed to introduce new student outcomes based on Washington Accord standards, together with upgrading all the programs and syllabus with a total of 330 TCS, transferable credit systems, in all our undergraduate programs. And we have implemented active teaching learning methodologies in all cases. We included new professional postgraduate programs to address emerging technological challenges. As far as research and development and technology transfer is concerned, the main challenge is to bridge the huge gap between knowledge development and business development. Generally, universities achieve levels 3 or 4 in the technology readiness level scale, whereas industry is interested in level 7 onwards. Therefore, collaboration with industry to achieve technology development is a key issue everywhere in the world. And this is one of the fundamental aims of the Engineering 2030 program. And as such, it constitutes one of our first priorities indeed. The research and development capabilities within the consortium have been built over decades of research efforts financed mainly by public funding. We have significant research and development infrastructure in terms of specialized laboratory equipment complemented with some nice pilot plant facilities. In recent years, we have significantly increased our research productivity relative to Chilean standards, of course, reaching around 660 scientific papers last year, 40 patents, and nearly $16 million in research grants, with around 40% contribution from industry, which is quite important for us. These achievements are mostly the result of collaborative efforts with industry and within academia itself. We promoted the creation of multidisciplinary research centers that provide the space of collaboration between complementary disciplines and increase the critical mass, focusing on specific technological problems associated with mining, biotechnology, food, chemical, forestry, fisheries, and health sectors. New capabilities were set up to foster links with industry and strengthen the technology surveillance capabilities, business incubators, providing incentives for technology transfer and the like. These centers are still in the process of consolidation, but results so far are quite positive, and we are certain that this is the right way to go. From the very outset of the sanitary crisis, the consortium academic community set up different initiatives that emerged spontaneously from students and academic staff to deal with various aspects of the fight against COVID-19. From the design and construction of mechanical ventilators and high technology personal protection elements to digital applications, mathematical modeling, and data analysis for decision making, students, researchers, and academic staff contributed in different fields to address the most urgent problems of public health. We can certainly be proud of the social and ethical and scientific commitment of people who took part in these initiatives. The development of an advanced high-tech mechanical ventilator is a remarkable example of collaboration between industry and university, in this case with ASMAR, that is the Chilean Navy shipyard, who have up-to-date capabilities to manufacture high technology equipment. Professionals from ASMAR and academic staff and students have designed and manufactured a cost-effective high technology mechanical ventilation whose initial development was fully financed by public funding. After strict field validation, the construction of over 20 units started with the support of private donation from some companies. Units are to be donated to the Ministry of Health to increase the pool of ventilators in the face of the expected second wave of COVID-19. Technology commercialization and entrepreneurship are directly linked with efforts in applied research and development, addressing needs in industry and society at large. From the very outset of Engineering 2030 program, early acceleration capabilities were created within the consortium, run by young entrepreneurs and very enthusiastic students. that proved to be vital to foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship among students, researchers, and academic staff. Lions Up at University of Santiago, Gearbox at Concepcion, and the Lift in Valparaiso have been permanently involved in extracurricular as well as curricular activities related to innovation and entrepreneurship, impacting so far more than 6,000 students, raising significant funding to support more than 200 incubated projects. As a result of these efforts, we can proudly say that since the very beginning of Engineering 2030, 66 spin-offs and startups have been successfully implemented, and many of them are currently responsible for significant jobs creation and financial successes, some of them reaching global markets. We have managed to create a consortium composed of 3 universities that has learned to trust each other and collaborate in joint initiatives, benefiting from synergies and economies of scale. We have learned the magic of teamwork in an atmosphere of generosity and common purpose. We have tackled important challenges, but the ones ahead are likely to be much tougher. But our commitment to become active engines of regional and national development is even stronger. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Claudio, for your very interesting presentation. With this, we end our presentation of this program of Engineering 2030. I would like to say that we have done a lot of progress during these years with this nationwide program fostered by Corfo. This has been a great opportunity for all of us and a lot of learning and collaboration. Probably we are facing now the challenge for a mature status of all these ideas and new and innovation. But I think we have done a lot in the last years. We now move forward to presentation of collaborative projects with China. So it's a very interesting topics that we have prepared for you, for the audience. And we start with the collaboration between Huawei and the University of Chile on the area of technology. This will be presented by Jiang Wang from China and Luis Varga from the University of Chile. Luis?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I prepare a presentation, so please, if this works. Okay, great. Okay, so I am, first of all, let me share with you that I am very happy to be here in this occasion of 50 years of former relationship between China and Chile, and I am very happy that we are part of this celebration. Let me start by saying that for us, we are a university that is open to the world, particularly our faculty, and we are very much open to establish relations with the world. For us, the international collaboration is a very important task that keep us connected to what is happening to the world. As you know, especially these days, to be connected to the world is extremely important, and now it's actually a matter of survival. In line with what Professor Tao asked in the chat, regarding what we value the most in international collaboration is actually to be connected to the world, because from that connection it follows many good things to us that we are starting to value now. For example, the early connection that we had with University of Tsinghua in this year give us a warning about what the coronavirus crisis could cause in our campuses. So it was very helpful for us. It gave us actually a very interesting view of how to deal with the crisis. So we're very much we appreciate very much that. But also it has another dimensions, the international collaboration. For example, the student mobility is very important for us, and also the research is very important for us. Student mobility allows from our university to go overseas, but also to receive international students from in our campuses. That provide us an enhancement of views and vision everywhere. So that is also very important. I would like to I put this slide here because I would like to emphasize one of the most important things we achieved in international collaboration in 2019, and that is the emission that we took to China. 17 members of our faculty, professors, researchers, members of the staff as well. We visit all these campuses and all these universities. I will not go in detail in each and every one because they were in 2 weeks, and we cover around 18 different places and centers and research centers, and among them, of course, Tsinghua University was very important for us. But also, I would like to highlight the connections, not only in terms of MOU that we appreciate very much with the universities, but also in the research area. We had the opportunity to visit several important centers in China, and also, and this is I'm going to emphasize now, is the connection with companies in China. We really, for us, it's very important to have, especially in the area of research, to have strong links with companies, because we understand that research it has to be made along with a good relation with companies. Now, and here I would like to highlight 2 of them. One is Didi headquarters that we visit there, and Subcon Solar Technology that we will talk about it in this very same panel after me. So I will not detail this, but I would like to emphasize that this opened our eyes and our collaboration to Chinese companies, and in that line we established relations with Huawei. And Huawei was a very interesting partner for us because it was Huawei Chile who approached us, and they wanted to have connections with us. So of course we say yes, and we were very happy with that. And so what I'm saying here is that after this China mission that we took in 2019, we were able to enhance dramatically our collaboration with China, and to foster also the relations with Chinese companies. And here in this picture, you can see our dean is celebrating an MOU with the chair of the subcon, that they will talk a little bit more about this later. And also, here are the numbers, the growing numbers with the exchange and collaboration in mobility with China. And I also would like to comment about the question that Professor Tao also said regarding the expectation from foreign companies in Chile to participate in programs with universities. For us, we are much open to have relations with our with international companies, particularly Chinese companies, and they are very much important for us because they they provide the support to proposals, research proposals, which are very well esteemed by referees and by the counterparts, by the funding agencies. So for us, it's very important. And as I said, also, this the international mobility, and now I'm going to close with this, is I am going to address the question of Jishuan Ye, that he was asking how foreign students can participate in these programs. In the mobility programs, we receive international students and we take them as if they were our own students. So as long as they are enrolled in our campus and they participate in the courses, they can have access to all collaborations that we have. And particularly, for example, research. If we have international students doing research in our campuses, of course they can engage in projects that we have with companies and with particularly with international companies and Chinese companies in this case. So let me close by saying that we are very much happy to have this tremendous opportunity to collaborate with China. We value very much all the collaboration that we have done in terms of student mobility, in terms of research, and also in terms of the collaboration we established with Chinese companies. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Luis, for introducing us to the interaction with China. That has been very, very strong, and we have enjoyed these opportunities, and our students as well. And so we thank for those that have been collaborating with us in China. Now we move to the next speaker, which is on the issue of the collaboration in the area of transport, where the collaboration has been established with the Didi company of China and the University of Chile. This will be presented by Marcela Monizaga and Felipe Simonson. I don't know if Felipe is around, but here we go with Marcela.
Thanks, Francisco. Felipe is joining any minute, so I will begin the presentation. I can share the screen. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Today I will talk about our collaboration with Didi. This was something that began with this visit that Luis mentioned of the Dean and group of a delegation of the University of Chile to China, which included a visit to the Didi company. And we have established very good relations with Didi here in Chile. For some context, this collaboration has been mainly done in the Faculty of Physical and Mathematical Science, which is part of the University of Chile, was founded in 1842, and has the mission of generation, development, integration, and communication of knowledge in basic science, engineering, earth science, economic and management. We have 12 engineering and science departments, 12 advanced research centers. We are very proud of being #1 in Chile according to the prestigious Shanghai RU ranking. As James was saying in a previous presentation, we are also very focused now in innovation. We didn't have a tradition of formally acknowledging or promoting innovation. We are doing it now, and we have been successful on it. Also, James mentioned the Week of Innovation that we celebrated a couple of weeks ago, where we were able to show many things that are being currently done at the university. I don't know if Felipe, are you here? Felipe has arrived? Okay, I will leave this slide to the end because this is the one that Felipe will present. But I can tell you that we signed an MOU between the University of Chile and Didi company to conduct collaborative research to develop joint projects in the areas of big data and artificial intelligence, which is an area which is very important for us at the Faculty of Physical and Mathematical Science. We have a strong initiative on big data and artificial intelligence going on. We are going to build an institute on that. The MOU also includes a talent mobility program with internships for students. This unfortunately has not been possible because of the current conditions, but we are waiting that this will be possible in the future. Also, it contains human capital development and academics exchange, technology transfer, and innovation. We have already given our first steps. We are currently conducting collaborative research in transportation, data processing, and data analytics. This in the areas of demand modeling, speed monitoring, and traffic signal programming. This has worked with data that Didi has shared with us. We have the capacity of processing big data, especially this time and space type of data. We have already worked with data from China and are now working with data from Santiago and Colombia, and we have several databases from several cities. This is very important because with this data, which is being generated just by the operation of the system, we can develop tools that are valuable for decision making. One example is the traffic signal programming, which is well, something very important for the city. Some of you, those who are in Chile, can remember that some years ago there was a problem with the computers of the traffic signal programming agency, and the traffic in the city was a disaster. This is a very important problem, and it is very data consuming. It requires huge amounts of data to be available. And here there is a project funded by the International Bank for Development, and with the collaboration of the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications and the University and Didi company, of course. We have a project where we'll make a pilot of doing traffic signal programming using artificial intelligence with data provided from the operation of the Didi cars. I don't know if Felipe could actually contact. Unfortunately, it seems he couldn't. Well, so just to finish, tell you that we are very happy with this collaboration with Didi company. There are interesting questions there, and we have we have the interest into working in those questions in collaboration with the people in China who are also the developers of some methodologies. So these are like baby steps, but we are quite confident that we will make many more things with in collaboration with Didi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcela. And I would like to ask that the experience of setting up a collaboration laboratory with Didi was done in just 1 or 2 months. So it was a big challenge and we managed. That was because there was the coming up COP25 that didn't happen, but we were preparing for that event because the president of China was coming to Chile. So we managed to organize this in a very short time. So we have to say that we were pushed by the Chinese to make it happen quickly, and we managed. So at the start, we start very, very, very engaged in this project. Our next speaker is on the area of solar energy, another big issue in Chile, where collaboration has been set up between the Subcon company and the University of Chile. From Subcom, we have our friend Johnny Liu, and from Chile, Marcelo Matus. So I don't know if we start. Marcelo, you are starting this presentation.
It seems that we are having troubles to people to get access. We are trying to fix it now because Professor Matus, I think that probably Professor Liu has problems to get in, so we are trying to fix it.
And Felipe as well, Felix, so if you can help him.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He didn't show up.
Estás muteado, Francisco. You're mute, Francisco.
Your microphone.
Okay, thank you. I was saying that in the meantime, Marcela mentioned in passing a new initiative in our faculty, which is on setting up an institute of data and artificial intelligence. We are preparing everything for the next term to be ready to set up this institute. And that would be a very interesting area of collaboration with our colleagues present here in this webinar. So we invite all of you to interested in the area to be aware that we are opening it's an institute at the faculty, which is a multidisciplinary institute. So we join efforts of many several departments and beyond the faculty as well. Are we ready with the next presentation?
We still have a problem. We don't know what's happening.
I would suggest to move to the following presentation, and then we can alter the order.
We can do that. The next topic, the next area is the presentation on Tsinghua technology transfer schemes. This is the topic that we are now presenting, and this will be presented by Ming Yang, president of TAS Science and Technology Service Group. I know that Ming is here, so I'll give you the floor, Ming.
Yes, I am. Yes. Can you see me? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Professor Martinez, for the introduction, and Professor Chen for the invitation. It's my great honor to speak on this forum. Let me see whether I can share my screen. Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So TAS, it's an affiliated enterprise platform of Tsinghua University, and has assisted its tech transfer process for decades. So my presentation will have two parts. First is a very general introduction of Tsinghua University tech transfer scheme, and more will about how TAS does its part of the work. So when we look at the technology transfer system in general, there are usually three layers. I'm sure. Actually, I think I'm communicating with the group of experts here, so you all know what they are. The three layers, namely, at the very beginning, it's as a result of the research inputs, we have the research outcomes, the findings by researchers, professors, and research units of the university. These findings will then go through an IP registration and evaluation process managed by the university. And the university also, at the second stage, would try to bring both internal and external resources to help the program to go further. And hopefully, finally, will form up a company. So when we reach the third layer, company was established with a product, the market will really take the lead. 2 points here is at each stage, the funding comes from different resources. You have research funds, tech transfer funds, and investment funds from the market. Second thing is that although we say there's 3 layers, but there are really gaps between these layers. And that's why we need a lot of work. So I'm showing you the structure of Tsinghua University tech transfer scheme. Basically, there is a university level office. It's called Office of Technology Transfer. Under the office, you have several functions, major functions. So through these functions and teams, the office will able to track the latest research development of the university and provide support in their patent analysis to improve their IP protection and their market value. Within the office, they have groups of project managers, okay, to provide professional services for teachers and students in the whole process for patent layout, value evaluation, technology promotion, agreement formulation, etc. And finally, the office closely follows up those transfer in terms of their contract implementation and collaboration with external partners. Okay, but in my opinion, there's really no magic model for university tech transfer schemes. What makes a difference has always been whether the university can structure a good model to encourage research transfer, and whether the university were able to match the transfer with external resources successfully. Therefore, the university has tried many different ways, okay, to bridge the gap with the market. And that's, in my opinion, how TUS started. TUS was set up as a small incubator on campus 25 years ago. This is the very house where the first team started their incubation work. From then on, TUS would help teachers, students, and alumni to develop their ideas and incubate their startups. At the same time, TUS invested into some of the startups. So within 10 years after its establishment, TUS became the largest university-based science park of the world. Now, in the past 10 years, TUS has really grown from a science park operator to a comprehensive science and technology service provider and investor, and owns the largest science and technology service network in the world. We manage more than 800 companies with a total asset of more than 150 billion RMB. We have a network of more than 30 science parks, about 200 incubators around the world. We have incubated over 10,000 startups, among which more than 40 of them has been listed in stock exchange market. TUS achieved these under the guidance of a model that we call triple helix model. We all know that government, enterprise, and university interaction are fundamentals for the innovation. But innovation is not enough. Therefore, we try to use park, industry, and financial resources to create an ecosystem where we allow technology, industry, and capital to interact with each other smoothly. With our service, the small startups can grow into giant industry leaders. By servicing and investing into these technology companies, TUS has been able to grow rapidly at the same time. We created this ecosystem with those elements at our main park next to the university, next to Tsinghua University. We also established a global network to allow innovation and resources to interact worldwide. In the past 5 years, we set up incubators and science parks in many different countries. We work with research-oriented universities to bring our model, TUS model, to the local environment. Our most recent initiative, it's a program we called InnoTech Global. We want to recruit startups globally and work with famous universities to provide practical courses and trainings on how to get funding and market opportunities by connecting them to the industrial leaders across continent. So we welcome partners and participants from Latin America. These are some pictures from our science parks around the world. I can see we have office space, we have incubator space, we have first-class lab space. These are all working for the needs of our clients. But more than hardware, I think the software and services is also important. So in these sites and spaces, incubators, we hold road shows, camps, workshops, and activities, thousands and thousands of such activities each year within the network. What makes TUS different? Another thing, what makes us different from other science park operator is that we have a complete scheme of funds, which enables us to make investment into technology companies at different stages. For example, we have seeds fund for early stage startups. We have VC funds and pre-IPO funds and PE funds, which we can make large investments into larger companies. Our way to reduce the risk and to increase the return is because our team has been closely servicing these startups in our incubators. And we have been growing with them for a long time. So we know which are the better ones to make the investment. I'm showing you two examples of our portfolio company. The first one is called GigaDevice. It's a leading company in advanced memory technology. It's incubated in TUS network and successfully IPO'd in Shanghai Stock Exchange in 2016 with a market value of 35 billion. I believe its current market value is 3 times more than that now. Second one was started by a students group in Tsinghua University, and after 20 years, it's still managed by alumni. We made our investment 3 years ago. It's a leading internet application security company with a market value of more than 14 billion RMB. It protects 4 of the 10 largest global telecommunication companies and 4 of the 5 largest global financial institutions. So that will be my introduction of TUS and the Tsinghua's scheme. Thank you and welcome to visit us in China. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much, Ming, for your presentation. Very, very impressive, I must say. And of course, we would like to consider opportunities to do some collaboration, which would help to set up something in Chile. We have, of course, our small more units at the faculty, but I think that we could consider setting a university level plan for something like TAS, maybe collaboration in Karen, where we have a science park, science and culture park from the university that is being under developing. So let's see if we can find opportunities to do something on this area.
Okay, thank you.
We have thank you, Ming. Now we have a lot of some problems with the connection of our speakers. I don't know if any of them have been able to connect.
Yes,
we are waiting for.
It was fixed. Dean. They are getting in now, so I'm not sure which one has already done, but we have fixed the problem.
Okay, so we are waiting for Marcelo Matus, Johnny Liu, Felipe Simonson.
Marcelo Matus is already online.
Okay.
Hi.
Marcelo, will you please go on with your presentation?
Yeah, let me invite our guest. Hello?
Go ahead, Marcelo.
Yes, hi. I want to introduce Johnny Liu. He is from the Subcon company, Subcon Solar company, overseas manager for Latin American and other regions, and he is being involved in the development of the CSP and solar solutions for the solar energy area. They are one of the most important companies in the field, and happening being from China, they have been in direct relation with Chile, because Chile has the best solar radiation, and it's ideal for this kind of technology. And we have been working with them very closely to not only see how the CSP technology is developed, but also doing relation at the university levels, including the participation of our students in an internet chip that two of our students from the electrical department and the mechanical department went to China and spent 1 month working and visiting their offices, and also learning from the culture and the potential relation that we expect to have in the future. So, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes, glad to talk to everybody. Hello, Mr. Francisco.
Hello, Johnny.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Okay.
Glad to see you again, Johnny.
Yeah. So okay, let me first introduce myself to everybody. Yes, I'm Johnny Liu, the Deputy Director of Marketing Center in Subcon Solar. Subcon Solar is a technology provider for the concentrating solar thermal plants. We are founded in 2010, but our Subcon group was founded in 1993. It's created by Zhejiang University. So our our background is also the university, and also the president of Subcon Solar is still teaching in Zhejiang University as a professor in the automation and control area. And the Subcon group is now the largest automation and control company in China. For Subcon Solar, we have been in the CSP industry for 10 years. We have developed 3 projects in China, and also trying to expand our business in Chile. Last year, we are very happy to receive the University of Chile, especially FCM in China. The Dean Francisco just lead group of the professors and visited our office. And after that visit, we received Professor Marcelo Macios and also another 2 students in our head office, and also they visited our CSP plant. It's a very nice cooperation between us. Also, thanks to the FCM and also Marcelo, and with his program Premier. Yes, we know a lot about the Chilean power industry and also the CSP industry. It's very helpful for our business. So yes, we are very happy to have this cooperation with University of Chile, and also will do our best to support each other, both in research and also in the industry side. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Johnny. Marcelo, do you have anything to add to that?
We will leave some space if you have any question, please, for Johnny.
We will leave the question for the end of the presentation, if you don't mind.
Perfect.
I can add that the collaboration with Subcon and the group, the Chinese team, has been very friendly and strong, and it's increasing. We have several ideas and projects going on so far. So, and we learn a lot from their relationship between the company and the University of Zhejiang. That's been an interesting model of collaboration. It's very strong, and we were very surprised the way they engage very directly in the technology creation and innovation and transfer between the company and the university. So thank you very much. We actually very happy to be able to get in touch with Subcon.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Thank you, Johnny. We now have we will give the pass to Felipe Simonson that has arrived finally to this webinar. Felipe, are you there?
I'm here, Mr. Dean. Thank you, everyone. Sorry for the late connection. I have some technical issues that were solved. And I just want to share with you our view from this relation that we are building with the university, on which we are very, very happy. And I will share just one slide. I'm sure that Marcela already mentioned what we are doing, but I want to tell you something else about why are we doing this and why with the University of Chile. And I think that when we arrived, actually our relation began 1 year before our arrival to Chile, when we have the chance to have an important delegation from the university to our headquarters, and we have the chance to present the company to the university, and to show them that we are a technology company. We are not only a platform and a mobility application. We are much more than that, and that's why our values as a company, as to of course growth, create user value, to be data driven, to be integrity, and of course a big promoter of diversity. So when we arrive to Chile, what we want to generate is significant partnerships to promote also local innovation, national innovation, and that's why we sit down with the University of Chile. Actually, we were with the dean discussing this MOU that includes many initiatives that Marcela mentioned, that we are sure that this will be beneficial for both parties, and we've been able to today. We have 1 year here in Chile, and even we have a small time in the country. We've been able to work together with University of Chile many projects. We have done 2 APEC projects. Until today, we are developing the IDB with the Ministry of Transportation and our smart transportation area, a project with the collaboration of the University of Chile, and we are sure will be very, very, very positive experience, and potentially has a chance to grow and to expand to different cities and of course different countries, because what the IDB here wants to test and to pilot a technology from Didi, and the university is going to be our technical supporter here. So with that support, we will be able to expand this technology for the rest of the country, and why not to the rest of Latin America. And we expect to keep strengthening this relation, creating value, promoting innovation and technology transferring between China and Chile. We believe that this is a positive partnership for both countries. I think I am totally confident that it's going to be very positive for both parties, for the university and for us in Didi. And we are sure that this joint lab that we are building with our data and with the experience and the expertise in Universidad de Chile is going to create value for the country and for the rest of Latin America. So thank you for this opportunity. We believe that this is the way we have to build a relation, not only between the private sector and academia, but also between our country, China, and our country, of course, Chile. So I am very grateful for this invitation, and I hope you have a good activity today and the rest of the week. So thanks a lot, and if you have any questions, any comments, please, I'm totally open to answer them. So thanks again, Dean. Thank you, Marcela, for this partnership, and well, thank you, everyone.
Well, thank you, Felipe. I'm sorry for the technical issues that we had, and I already said that the interaction with Didi company has been very successful. We are very interested, and we already have done quite a remarkable interaction in many activities, and we look forward to continue and enlarge our relationship with this company, which as a transport move very quick. As a transport company is moving very quick in Chile. So with this, I don't know if there's somebody No, we think we are finished the presentation so far, and we have some minutes left for discussion and question. There are 2 questions raised by N1 in the chat.
Francisco.
Yeah. Huawei, yes.
I think it's Miss Jan Wang from Huawei. Yes.
Great.
Yes. Hi.
Yes. I think. Yes.
Yes. Hi, Luis. Nice to meet you in person.
The floor is yours. Please. Yes. Nice. Yes. Nice to see you finally. Yes.
Yeah. So I had some technical issues too about accessing.
Very happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Okay. But now it's solved. So please, the floor is yours. Tell us about Huawei.
All right. So I'm not sure everybody knows about us, but basically Huawei is a leading provider of information and communication technology and smart devices. And we have more than 190,000 employees in the world, and we operate in more than 170 countries and regions. And we have been in Chile for more than 10 years. So my name is Jing Wang, and I'm the marketing manager of Huawei Cloud. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Huawei has collaborated with Universidad de Chile for a lot of projects this year. Among them is the technology competition that we do with students every year called Seeds for the Future. And also we have invited our scientists around the world to train the students on artificial intelligence technology so they can get certified and be more qualified for the labor market in the future. But today I'm going to talk about an initiative that is not known for many, but Huawei has put a lot of resources in. It's called Tech for All, and it's an initiative that is specifically designed to be able to contribute positively to society. And in Latin America, we focus specifically on environmental initiatives. So I'm gonna just show you a little presentation that I make to guide you guys about this initiative that we have. So yes, so I don't know if you can see this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you can see it. Okay. So in Latin America, we specifically focus on leveraging artificial intelligence to protect the environment because Huawei believes that technology should not be against nature. It should help nature to thrive. And currently, there are many species in Latin America that are in danger of extinction, and it's super important to protect them because these species are crucial to the health of the entire habitat that they live in. So Huawei basically works with Rainforest Connection, an NGO based in San Francisco, California, in the United States, that has developed a bioacoustic system that aims to protect forests by collecting and analyzing bioacoustic data. And the technology of Huawei plays a really crucial role in this system. So in order to understand how the system works, I would like to explain to you a project that we currently finished implementing just this week in the southern region of Chile. So in Chile, we're working with Rainforest Connection to implement this bioacoustic system that can protect the Darwin fox, which is extinguishing species that live in the Araucanía region. Its population is seriously decreasing due to the habitat fragmentation, and it has to do with continued land use changes. So nowadays, the population is very small. It's estimated to be 600 in total. So it's essential to protect them because they are an umbrella species, meaning that their health can signal the health of the entire ecosystem that they live in. So historically, it has been very hard to monitor them due to the limitation of a traditional system. But since we started working with Rainforest Connection, we have been able to implement a bioacoustic monitoring system in Garambida, which is an area that this fox lives in. And it's an ideal place for bioacoustic study because it's an endangered habitat that is of high relevance of reservation. And it's a really hot spot of biodiversity. So the bioacoustic system of Rainforest Connection consists of implementing sound recording machines on the trees. You can see that from this small image in the areas that we would like to protect. And these machines work with solar power and they can run 24/7 for 2 years. So it's total environmentally friendly. So first, these machines would collect the sounds of the forest we're protecting. And then this machine will stream the sound up to the cloud of Huawei. And later the cloud analyzes this data with artificial intelligence. And the results will serve better to understand the behavior of these endangered species and detect like any suspicious activities around this area. So in Chile, we hope we can replicate this a similar project that we did in Costa Rica, in which we successfully monitored a forest that is that the size is equal to 200,000 square meters of football stadiums. So and the scientist was able to collect 200,000 hours worth of data in order to predict an extinguishing species in Costa Rica, which is called the spider monkey. So this is a sample of the sound that we have collected. Maybe you cannot hear it due to the presentation limitation, but basically they collect the sound and because we have to collect many hours of sound in order to be able to get meaningful insight. So it's very essential to use artificial intelligence to be able to monitor this more efficiently. So we hope that this monitoring project will increase our knowledge on the abundance of Darwin fox in the coastal mountain range of Chile. And we will first pay attention to the Nahuelbuta mountain range and eventually include the Chiloé and coastal areas of Valdivian forest and Los Rios region. So it's and this data it's also will be available on a public library online and through a mobile application. So the Chilean public and academics will be able to access them and do more research with the data available. So we'll be officially launching this project very soon. The implementation has been finished this week. And also for the academics who would like to know more about this project for research purposes, I would like to extend the invitation to all of you to participate in an event that's going to be organized by our Chilean partner involving this project called Ética de los Bosques. It's a synopsium that will be happening between March and April next year, in which they will share more scientific insights with you for research purposes. So we really look forward to be able to sharing all this insight that we collect with our partners in this next event that we are hosting. So thank you very much, and I hope I can answer any questions that you might have about this project. So yes, this is what I wanted to talk about today.
Okay, thank you very much, Jen. We now have some minutes for answer question that you can put on the chat, so we can organize who is able to answer or comment. We have to from the beginning to start with from Enoch Wang, and I give the floor to Professor Mcphee, and if any other would like to add something, can do easily. Now, please, Professor Mcphee, go on.
Thank you. So the question has to do with the common critical success factors for incubations and startup ventures that have been successful in our system. I would say my first reaction is that it's very difficult to find very many common elements in successful incubations. Almost every startup has a different story, a different combination, a different team, a different business model. But I would say that I think of two things. One has to do with the configuration of the team in the startup. We find that many times a combination of different levels of experience among like younger and more experienced members of a team is beneficial to the startup, because we always have to remember that a startup is a difficult process, and it's full of challenges and difficulties and many things that really come across and sort of like put in risk the success of the project. So having energy and experience and a combination, a virtuous combination of those, I think it's very important. And for Chilean startups in particular, we have found that it's very important to very quickly aim at a regional, bigger market than what the Chilean market can represent. Chile is not a big country, and startups that are aimed at the Chilean market are less likely to flourish very quickly. Of course, there's always exceptions, by all means, but I would say that these are the two elements that come to my mind right now.
Thank you, James. What is your view, Ming? Are you there, Ming Jiang from TUS Park?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
What is your view on this issue?
On the success of the startups? Sorry, I missed the question. I was I listened to James' answers, but I missed the question.
Well, the question is, what are the key aspects for successful startups? The key factors.
I see. I assume you meant like startups at a very early stage.
Well, that's the question. Doesn't say that, but you can
Sure.
elaborate, please.
We see many startups within our incubators, so we understand their needs quite well. I think they actually, of course, they need a lot of help in terms of human resources, in terms of funding, in terms of the understanding of the government policy, taxes, etc. So they need help from many aspects. In order to succeed, I would say that the core team is very important. That is why when we make our investment, because there really not much to see in startups. Their products just began, and they don't have formal financial statements. So you can only look at the founders to see how determined they are, how experienced they are with what they do, and how, as James mentioned, this group is constructed in their age, in their experiences, and in their expertise. So I would say, if I would to tell which startup would succeed, I would look into the features of the team. That's for sure. But later on, I think funding and the market for their products are the two most essential things. Whether they can get funding at key stages, or whether they can sell their products to the markets, are the most important things. We have actually our services, different types to help in those areas. Of course, I can't go into details, but the key is to connect them with bigger players, or use our connection with local government to help them to open the local markets. That's my answer in the short form. Thank you.
Thank you, Ming. And what would you add to this regarding the model you have in China or in this TAS park for the reward for the university, or what the university can get back from these startups and new technologies? What is the model you have in order to continue this forward with the results of the previous projects?
You mean when the startups grow bigger, what we do with them?
Yes. How the university get rewarded by this experience of the startups when they get in the market?
Yeah. First of all, we have different types of funds that cater these companies at different stages. That's for sure. Secondly, there are many ways for them to exit. One is, of course, to help them to be listed by themselves. The other is to find a listed company that can merge these assets. And this technology can usually help the bigger companies because, of course, Huawei is here today, but usually the big companies are not very good at the most innovative technologies. But Huawei is different here, of course. So we match the small startups with bigger companies so they can help each other. The big ones can provide guidance and markets potentials. The small companies can provide the big ones with technology. That's the basic logic here.
Thank you. I don't know if there is any other question. I haven't seen any in the chat so far. Any final remark for any of the presenters? Well, if not, I give the floor to Professor Cao Chen to give a final remark from the University of Tsinghua, which is our co-chair today. Please, Shen.
Thank you, Dean Martini. Give me a chance to talk in the end. Please allow me to mention that this is the 5th webinar in this wonderful China-Chile week, which is organized jointly by University of Chile, Catholic University, and Tsinghua University. And this webinar is just fantastic, just because it's the last one. So please allow me to re-greeting everyone again. Otherwise, we're gonna say bye-bye after this. Yeah, actually, the dear Dr. Alvaro Vera, Director of International Affairs, University of Chile, and dear the Dean Martinez, and Marcia from Golfo, and also I would like to mention dear Professor Wang, the Director of Chinese Academy of Science, South American Center for Astronomy, and dear all my friends from Chile and China, good morning and good evening. Actually, I here really want to thank Dr. The Professor Eduardo Vara at this minute, because when I proposed this idea of having a webinar for the associate for the engineering 2030 plan 2 months ago, he agreed with me. Finally, with all friends here help make that happen today. Let me put the contact between this webinar and Tsinghua. The thing is, actually, with donation of Luxi Group, Tsinghua Latin American Center was set up at the end of 2018 in Santiago, Chile. It's exactly at that time when I organized a seminar in the center's office. I first heard this great plan of 2030 plan from Miss Marcia. As a professor of international business, and with 10 years research experience of opening and development, I do understand how important this program meant to Chile. If I'm wrong, Alvaro and Marcia, maybe Dean Martina, you're gonna correct me, okay? As I understand, after the failure of industrialization back to 1980s, Chile started to embrace opening and then embrace globalization by following Washington Consensus, right? As a result, most of the manufacturing supply chain has already moved out of Chile. Until now, Chile is still a resource dependent economy. So after experiencing all this for so many years, you really want to restructuring your economic structure, achieving a more dynamic economy by reindustrialization. Actually, I know you don't like this term, right? But maybe more precisely, you want to stimulate new development model by adding more value-added supply chain in your economy. And to reach this goal, the human capital of the engineering is absolutely crucial. The linkages between university and industry is absolutely crucial, right? So China is different from Chile. We did not have rich resources. We started our development from manufacturing. Through all this year, we really made tremendous success. And Tsinghua is the flag of technology and innovation in China. I'm not trying to say Tsinghua and China have already done perfect things. No, I'm just trying to say, to tell my friends here that we have much room, many areas to discuss. So we can exchange our ideas and learn from each other. So in order to reach this goal and cooperate with your great Engineering 2030 plan today, actually I have already invited professors from Institution of Education, from Department of Engineering Physics, from Department of Astronomy of Tsinghua University. And also I will invite the Director of Global Competence Center of my university. Of course, I also honored to invite the professor from our close partner, China Academy of Science, here with us. And I also like to mention that I've already invited our dear friends from Lifelong Education Administration, Tsinghua University, with whom we just done a fantastic online education webinar just 2 days ago. Okay. Beyond that, I actually also invite the president and general managers from Qing Science and Technology Service Group. You have already know Dr. Yang very well. Another distinguished company, which is also a Tsinghua associate company, is New Tech. They have representative and relevant professors here. And also I have invited a very close partner company, which is Dahua company. They have already performed very well in Santiago, in Chile, and Latin America. So actually, dear my Chilean friend, we're here eager to learn and eager to cooperate with you. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this collaboration in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chen. It's very, your words are really encouraging. Thank you for inviting so many important people from China, representing a very, very relevant part of the academia and the companies, professionals that we have been together. And I would like to thank all of you for participating in this webinar. I would like to thank our presenters today for such an interesting session. I'm really happy to share this session, which, as always with our colleagues in China, we finished so enlightened with new ideas and possibilities to face new challenges. I would like to mention two of them that come up today. your task park is something that we could look forward to see if we can collaborate in our attempts here in Chile to develop science technology park in Karen, which is a big land just out of Santiago, in the fringe of Santiago City, which is a big project from the university where we can collaborate in this. And the second idea is to collaborate in our new Institute for Data and Artificial Intelligence. So I would like to invite all of you that are interested in these areas to get in touch for future collaboration. I can see many possibilities to continue our collaboration, and we are just starting. Although we have done quite a lot in this few years, but I'm looking forward for this very interesting link across the world to the two extreme sides of the world that give us such a different perspective and experience that is the diversity of our views and possibilities. It only helps us to be more curious and develop our mission more successfully. I would like to end there, thanking you all for this great morning for us, night for you in China, and hope you have a very good end of the year. With that, I give the floor to Professor Eduardo Vera. We will close this very successful set of seminars for celebrating the 50 years of China and Chile collaboration and friendship. Eduardo?
Thank you very much, Dean Francisco Martinez, for moderating this fantastic webinar. I could not think of a better way of completing this full celebration that we have planned with Tsinghua University and Catholic University for the 50th anniversary. And I take this opportunity to just make a few comments on the wonderful webinar that we've had, because beyond the technical details, what we see here is an ongoing deep collaboration that was in a certain way triggered by your visit with a number of faculty members to China. And I remember discussing many times with Dean Martinez how fantastic he felt the speed of collaboration was happening with China. And here we're seeing a very, very active collaboration. So I'm really thrilled that the international effort of collaboration between Tsinghua University and the University of Chile and our partners here in Chile and in China creates a network. And it's the network that really propels innovation these days. And I think that it was very encouraging to give the views of what 3 partner universities and main universities in Chile have been doing with the help of Corfo. So I thank Marcia, and I think that Corfos has been a tremendous force to try and move the from academia to industry and get that link. Actually, that's one of the weakness in the Chilean economy. I mean, we have a lot to learn from the China academic industry relation, and in that respect, Professor Yang's presentation today was very encouraging, and I want to reinforce the words that our dean said, that we should really start discussing about having part of your alliance here in Chile, and Karen might be the perfect place to put it. So the other aspect that I really want to mention is that the international collaboration not only has a tremendous effect in creating partnerships that can tackle the global problems today, but also helps us a lot in our internal collaboration. And today, all the problems are so complex that they need a transdisciplinary view. And universities have been created in faculties and departments, and it's the international collaboration which is allowing us many times to talk to each other within departments or within faculties. So all these problems that we face ahead require that, I call it the 3 I's. It needs to be interdisciplinary, it needs to be interinstitutional, and it needs to be international, of course. So the other thing is that the pandemic has created a completely new world. And this kind of webinar would have been impossible to dream a year ago or more, because we have been forced by the circumstances to interact with all the IT tools that we had. We had them available, but the cultural change is slow, and it happened, it forced by the circumstances. So we need, although the pandemic has been a very tragic thing for the whole world, it has created opportunities. And I loved what Professor Tao Tao said in one of the previous seminars, and I'm going to repeat it. I'll borrow your words, Tao Tao, but she said that the pandemic closed many doors, but opened many windows of opportunities. And I think that is exactly our feeling. And I think in these last 2 months, we've had a very intensive interaction between Chile and China, allowed by these means of IT collaboration. And actually, I want to mention that we had 2 weeks where Chinese professors from Tsinghua and partner universities were teaching Chinese and Chilean students in the same classroom. And the following week, 3 of our professors from University of Chile were teaching students in China. And this kind of virtual mobility will be a tremendous change in our education perspective, and it would open the world to our undergraduate students. This has happened a little bit in the graduate level, but in the undergraduate level, we need to have this kind of experience so that our students are trained to tackle problems worldwide and to be able to partner with people in different countries. So I don't want to extend myself, but I want to say that thanks to Tao Tao and Lilian Ferrer in Catholic University, we've been able to put together a number of activities since November, and these activities really reflect the strength of the collaboration between China and Chile. Actually, at the International Affairs Office, we had planned to have a forum with China and Chile, and actually the delegation from the engineering schools that went there had this in mind, that this year we would have a face-to-face meeting, our first China-Chile forum here, academic forum. We'll probably have that as soon as the conditions allow us to travel, of course. But in the meantime, being able to interact on a very regular basis, the way that we have done today, is what will make those travels even more fascinating, and it will open more windows of opportunities. So I want to end by thanking everyone, all the speakers today, and all the people that contributed to the previous webinars. I know our thesis agenda sometimes don't allow us to see all these things, but one of the advantages is that since we broadcast this by YouTube, I mean, if you want to see any seminar, and I recommend especially the one that we had on Wednesday on online education and how Tsinghua and Chile have faced the new circumstances of the world. So with that, I want, on behalf of University of Chile and our president, Ennio Vivaldi, who inaugurated the webinar on Monday, the week of Chile-China, commemorating the 50 years, I would like to thank you all and close this event, but open invitation for future activities that I'm sure will increase in magnitude, intensity, and depth. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dean Martinez, for hosting this at your school, and thank everyone. Good evening, good night. Thanks for staying late, and thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, all. Great to have you here.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Good to see you.